Welcome back to Anderson's Smoke Show. We are here with my brand new Camp Chef Pursuit 20 grill sent to me by Camp Chef. We're gonna get this thing unboxed, assembled, and do the burn-in. Stick around, see how we do it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so that you can keep up with the latest content. Be sure to like the video, write me a comment, let me know what you think about this Camp Chef Pursuit 20. Now let's get this thing put together. Man, I'm really excited about this grill. I've been wanting one of these Pursuit 20s for a while. I do a lot of hunting and fishing and camping and traveling, and this is gonna be perfect to take on the road with me. If you didn't know, I've got another YouTube channel called Hunt, Fish, Shoot. I'll put a link right up here. You can check it out. You might see this grill on that channel as well. We'll use the lid here as a little waste box. Throw the styrofoam in. I can already tell you it looks a lot like the Woodwind Wi-Fi. It's got that stainless steel lid with that black finish on the rest of the grill. Set this box off to the side. See what else we can take out here. I go ahead and kind of disassemble this box a little bit so that I can open it up around the grill here. Not gonna lie, this thing looks pretty sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this plastic cover off. All right, looks like the legs are already assembled. We're looking for the instructions here. See if we can find them. Well, we got some temperature probes. We'll leave those there for now. It's got these nice little buckles here on the front that keeps the lid from opening and closing during transporting it, or while you're transporting it. Oh, we've another piece of styrofoam here. We've got the racks. Oh, they're actually tied in there. We'll leave them go for right now. I have a feeling that the instructions are probably in this box. It looks like there's some papers in here. We've got the handle hardware. We've got that grease bucket. We've got the ash cup. All right, and the instructions. Comes with some literature here. We've got a recipe guide. We got a guidebook. It's got some accessories, some pellet flavors and serial numbers there. And then they've got their full catalog here. This is pretty cool. It's something that I'm definitely going to go through here after we're finished. But what I was looking for mainly was that pellet grill and smoker instruction booklet. Let's open this thing up and see what is involved with putting this thing together. So here we go. Assembly instructions. Remove all loose parts from the inside of the grill and hopper. Lay a blanket or a piece of cardboard down to protect the grill. Let's see, how to extend the leg. Place the grill upside down on the ground. Press in and push button and slide and pull the handle from one side of the legs to the other. All right, let's go do that. Now they said to remove everything from the hopper, and we know that the temperature probes were in there. So we will go ahead and set those here. We know that there were a few things inside the grill as well. I just got a little snip here so that I can cut these out. That way I can remove these. Looks like this is the bottom grate there. And I want to see how heavy this thing is because it's going to be me most of the time picking it up and moving it. Oh, that's not bad at all. Get this styrofoam out of the way here. Now for that first real step of assembling this, we want to lay it on top or upside on its top. We want to lay it on its top or upside down so that we can get the legs extended. So I am going to scoot it this way. I'll lay it on its back first, and then I'm just gonna carefully roll it here onto the top. Be sure that you're doing this on cardboard or on a blanket. We've got a button on each side of these legs. You just want to press both of those in. That leg will unfold like so. Now you want to come over here. We've got another locking button there. You just remove the handle from the other leg, go over here, and you've got another button. Now that leg is unlocked. And then we're gonna go over here. And now that leg, pretty sturdy. I'm gonna carefully lay this back down. And I'm going to pick this up. There we go. Thing's actually pretty big. It looks bigger in person than it does on their website. I think it's pretty cool. Let's go take a look at the instructions and see what's next. So the next step is to install the handle. And as we saw when I was unboxing it, it's already put together. We just need to take these two screws out. The shield here, we want that lip to be facing in towards the lid and at the bottom of the lid. So let's go do it. So this is the handle assembly here. It's got 2 Phillips screws here. We're gonna go ahead and unscrew both of those. Let's open this thing up. Release those buckles down there. Open this lid all the way. So, I'm gonna start with just one side. Like I said, these lips wanna go against the grill and the holes down towards the bottom, just like so. So the easiest way that I've found by putting the other Camp Chefs is just to start the screw through this first and just try and line it up with the hole on the other side and just get that started a little bit. There we go. Got my screwdriver here. And we'll just get this thing tightened down. Nice sturdy handle on a nice sturdy grill. Yeah. That's nice. Now we're gonna do a 2-for-1 with this. We wanna hang the grease bucket and install the ash cup. Let's go do it. The grease bucket here hangs right here off the corner, off that back left corner. Grease comes out here, drips right down into that pan. Ash cup goes right here, goes and twists and locks in place. You never want to run the grill without that ash cup. Next step here is to install the drip tray. So we want the high side with the lip to be on the right. And you can see that that lip catches just below where the grates are. And we want it to go at an angle and lay up against a ridge right over there on the left. Now this thing is really oily. So I'm going to try and use the packaging to my advantage here and hold it just to keep some of this grease off of my hands. Looking at this here, this is the right side, this is the left side, so this is where the grease trap is. It's gonna go right back to that bucket. We want to get this into the grill. And there's a ridge right here, right there, that we want this lip to sit in, just like that. You can see it's pitched towards the left. That grease trap goes towards that back left to go down into that bucket. Next step, we want to install the warming rack and cooking grate. I know where those are at, let's do it. Nice one-piece design, that's good. That is going to go right here. Just like so. Both of the nickel-plated warming racks here. And they are going to slide into place just like this. A lot of times while I'm cooking, just to keep them out of the way, I will actually take one of them down to the bottom groove and I will tuck it back like that. You know, that still leaves me a little room to set something up if it's done early or if I want to warm something up or roast some vegetables, but that gives me just a little bit more room to cook. And easily enough, you can just take both of these out and then you've got access to that whole cooking grate. But we'll leave them in like this. The clean out port located on the left side of the grill, this is used to clean the burning chamber out, and we always want to make sure that that is locked by pushed in all the way, and there's this locking tab that keeps it locked. Now I can see here that the actual handle has not been screwed down tightly, which is fine. And now it is. And this is that clean out. And you've got this little tab and that just keeps that from opening up while you're cooking. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Camp Chef Pursuit 20. This is they're traveling, they're tailgater, they're camping. This is everything you need and more while you're on the road. The Camp Chef Pursuit 20 pellet grill. Now that we've got it assembled, there's one last step. We need to do a burn-in. We need to burn off all of the oils that were used in the manufacturing and shipping and packaging process. That way, we get this out of the way, so when it is time to use this and cook while we're on the road, the grill's ready with us. Let's start this burn-in process off right and load up the Pursuit 20 with the Camp Chef Competition Blend pellets. So we're gonna get in here and just load it up. Get this thing locked here. To start the feed process, we want to go ahead and open the ash clean out. And just like any of the Camp Chef grills, we're going to turn the grill on. And this is for the first use or anytime you run out of pellets. And hit the menu button, we're going to select feed, and it's going to start a 4.5-minute timer. During that time, you want to listen. As pellets work their way into the auger, since we have that clean out door open, the pellets will drop into that ash clean out and you'll hear like a little bell, a little ding. Once you hear that, you come back over to the controller and you turn off feed mode by just hitting this button, and it'll ask you if you want to cancel. So you'll do that. So we are going to give it the 4 minutes or whenever we start to hear those pellets dropping into the ash cup, and we'll stop it. We'll see you then. Oh, there we go. We've got pellets dropping into that ash cup. We're gonna go ahead and cancel the feed mode. Close this ash clean out so that the pellets quit dropping down into that cup. Now that we just canceled the feed mode because we heard the pellets, we close that ash clean out. It is time to get the grill turned on for that burn-in process. We're gonna go to the menu, we're gonna hit the set temp. We need to set this to 350 degrees for a half hour. Just for the hell of it, let's go smoke setting 5 just to play around here. Now that we've set the temperature for the grill, we are in that startup procedure. We always want to open the lid during that startup procedure. That's going to get us and ensure that we have adequate airflow. Once the startup procedure is done, you can go ahead and close this so that you can start cooking, or in our case, continue that burn-in process. All right, looking here at the controller, we are no longer in the startup procedure, so we are going to close this lid and we're gonna let this run for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. That will ensure that we burn off any of those oils and contaminants that were used during the manufacturing, packaging, and shipping process. So with this Pursuit 20, there's a lot of things that make it special. And obviously the portability and being able to just pack this thing up, throw it in the back of your truck or car for a tailgate, put it in the RV or camper to take it camping, or take it up to your lake house or your cabin. Just being able to lock everything down, store the legs up, and take it with you anywhere you want to go and anywhere that you've got electricity is an awesome feature. So to go along with that, all of the doors, the hopper lid here has a latch that keeps this latched shut. So while you're transporting it, you've got no issues with the doors coming open. The lid has 2 latches as well. That will keep the lid from opening. We'll show you later because right now we're in the burn-in process. When you are transporting this, you'll actually take the grease bucket and the ash cup and you'll store them inside. And the grease bucket will go in between the cooking rack and the warming rack. And that will actually keep that cooking rack down so that it's not flopping while you're transporting it. The Pursuit 20 comes with a lot of cool features. It comes with the new Generation 2 Camp Chef controller. This is their PID controller. This is not the Wi-Fi model, but if you've got Wi-Fi while you're camping, you're doing it wrong. This is a PID controller, so you are going to be able to independently control temperature and smoke, and it is very accurate and it is very fine-tuned. I have it on my Smoke Pro SG24 Wi-Fi, and that thing is awesome. Along with that, you get 2 stainless steel probes that are included when you purchase this grill. You will be able to plug those in right here. You can monitor your temperatures while you're out there by the campfire. Along with this PID controller, you essentially have a convection fan. Inside is a continuously running fan that helps even out the cooking chamber. So, being a smaller grill, the hopper also is a little more compact, but not a problem. This hopper features a 10-pound hopper design with that lockable lid with this latch like I explained. So we've talked about this knob, the ash clean out, and what that's for. So let's talk about this grill knob. This is the slide and grill technology from Camp Chef. When this knob is pushed in, remember, in direct heat. When you pull this out, you're gonna get that direct flame cooking and up to 650 degrees cooking temperature. But for now, we're gonna leave this in the indirect setting. So let's talk about that cooking chamber. If we open this up, we have 2,121 cubic inches inside of this cooking chamber. Along with that, we've got 501 square inches of cooking space, and that's including the warming rack and this cooking rack down below. You've already seen the grease cup. We talked about its dual purpose, one for catching the grease, obviously, and the second for keeping those racks together and in place while you're transporting it. The grease management system on this Camp Chef is awesome. You just hang that bucket there. We've got this drip tray here. All of your drippings, because this is at an angle, will run down. It'll hit that channel down here and go right into that bucket. It does a great job. You don't get a lot of flare-ups because of the way the grease is managed, and that's a great thing. This right here is my new Camp Chef Pursuit 20 travel, tailgating, camping, whatever you need it to be, grill.
Thanks again for tuning in to Anderson Smoke Show. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel so that you can keep up with the latest content.